Welcome to the Third Eye Trio. This is Mona Me. And just keep in mind that I am doing spiritual gift messages. If you want a personal spiritual gift message, please drop it in the comments. Let me know. Or email me at thirdeyetrio@gmail.com, and I will try to oblige you with that. And it will be an audible. For some reason, I'm finding great difficulty sending the file when I do a reading, sending the full video. So I'll send you an audible of the video, or we can schedule an appointment to do a Google Meet or Google Duo type of meeting for a reading. And just drop it in the comment. Let me know. Drop me a message. If I send you the phone number for Third Eye Trio, go ahead and just text me, and then I'll call you back after you've done that. So apparently now I'm doing the spiritual gift messages for the elements, the signs of the elements, and today we have air sign. I pull the cards initially to save time because I want to keep these videos under 30 minutes if I can, and I want to get a chance to look at the cards to see the energy. So okay, so it's for the air signs, and for air signs you have Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Okay, so what I was getting here is apparently what the gifts that you're receiving, it's got you kind of, I don't know if you're trusting it. You're not trusting it, and it's got you're running away from it, and because you think it's all in your head. And in air signs, in tarot, the cards, when you get the swords, which is associated with the air sign, you are really, it's all mental. So this, whatever your gifts that you're receiving, and I'm showing, you're channeling messages, and Spirit is advising you to use plant medicines, herbal medicines, and I'll give you that. But Akashic records, if you're familiar with that, but there are going to be some powerful insights and guidance. And I feel like you are going, this has got you in your head about it. Don't think too hard or too much on it. Just kind of embrace it and be open-minded about what you are embarking upon with this gift. Now, like I said, these messages may not resonate with every person of the air sign, which is once again Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, because it's still a general reading. If you want a personal reading, I'll try to put the information in the comments below how you can get a personal reading with me for your spiritual gift. But it's got you you're running away from it, and it's got you so in your head that you're feeling like you're falling to pieces. And you're thinking it's kind of anger or anger management because you can't sort it out. You can't sort it out. It's really got you enraged. And so you're going to, I'll talk to you about the pendulum in just a second, because Spirit is advising you to use a pendulum to see if this message is possibly for you, or if this is something that you think that you're embarking upon. They're involved. Well, let's just talk about it. The pendulum. You're being called to explore working with the pendulum to get spiritual and intuitive guidance and answers, no matter how simple or complex. So I'm going to just show you an example of a pendulum. This is a pendulum for me, and it's made with the tourmaline crystal, and they come in pendulums come in all shapes and sizes. I use crystal pendulums, and I think I have another one here because I have several, but this is amethyst here, and I actually have like a moonstone one. But tourmaline is for protection. It's a stone associated with protection. So I keep a tourmaline nearby. If you notice, I have tourmaline here and obsidian here, tourmaline here, and it's for protection. And we'll do a crystal kind of engagement or talk on a video in the future, but just not today. So, but they're asking you for simple questions, like asking, well, when you purchase a pendulum, they usually have instructions with it. If you get a vintage pendulum, I advise you to smudge it or cleanse it, detox it, even when you purchase one new, because you don't want anybody else's energy on the pendulum, and you want to make it your own so it can adapt your energy and you can get the messages that you need from your personal pendulum. But there are ways to cleanse it. You want to charge it by placing it, if it's crystal, or even if it's not crystal, I would cleanse it by running it under the water for cool water for about a few minutes or so, just to cleanse it with clear cold water. And running water is preferably running water. And then you want to catch it with a white clean cloth and place it outside under the sun or under the moon in nature, so it can that will cleanse it, charge it, and it's good to go. And there's another process that you would use with the pendulum as well. So that's what Spirit is advising you to use a pendulum to for spiritual and intuitive guidance and answers, no matter how simple or complex. That means, should I take this job? Or is it, is this message for me? That type of thing. But whatever it is that you're embarking upon, it's got you all in your head. You're trying to run away from it. You thinking you're just falling to pieces, falling apart, falling to pieces, and it's got you really angry. So, and it may be because your spiritual gift is channeling or using Akashic records, and that's kind of the channeling. You're being called to download and deliver messages from the spirit realm to bring closure, healing, and peace. So and that's to bring those messages not just to yourself but to other people, other energies as well. And you're also being called to explore. So this is why you're in your head, because this, all of them may not be for you. But if you're feeling like all of this is coming at you at one time, then you are feeling overwhelmed with the responsibility. And it may be a responsibility that you don't think that you want. But these are very powerful gifts. So plant medicines, they want you to kind of study the properties of plant medicines and to provide a healing, to bring healing to the body through its therapeutic properties. Something as simple, we don't think of it, but I always like to use this example of the grapefruit. It naturally lowers blood pressure And this is not telling anybody to stop using your blood pressure medicines, but and if you do use blood pressure medicines, I wouldn't necessarily recommend the grapefruit without, taking the advice of your doctor. But it will lower the blood pressure if you eat a daily piece of grapefruit. And but that's the healing property of grapefruit, or something as simple as oranges. Oranges will give you vitamin C for your body, or any citrus fruits, but oranges in particular, or papaya, mango, pineapples. They are fruit, but food that God has placed on this earth, or have healing properties. And so this is what Spirit is advising you to start studying those things. Or I mean, of course, the herbs, herbal medicines. So they're telling you to explore those things, to introduce the healing properties to you as well as to other people. But never offer that advice without telling people to consult your physician. But be careful. And I'm not saying all physicians are like this, but if everybody's completely healthy, then you won't have a need for doctors. But you should be able to have knowledge about these things. And you, not just you, but the general, whoever is reading this, you need to learn about the healing properties for plant-based medicines, so you can take control or take responsibility for your own health. So I'm gonna get off my soapbox there. But whatever this responsibility may be great, and you may be feeling the pressure of going into these things. Maybe you are in the healthcare industry, but it's got you all in your head, and you feel like you're falling to pieces because of the messages that you're channeling. You may be having dreams telling you, hey, explore those opportunities, or get into the healing properties of simple things, so you can heal yourself and help others to heal themselves as well. So your self-care card is embracing color, and also to daydream. But what this is telling you is to think big. And it's okay when you're exploring these things. Think big on it. Think big. You may be daydreaming about getting like creating a group, or like a support group. And I don't know why I said support group. So you may be going through some things that's giving you this anger management issues as well. But they're telling you to embrace all things, and I'm seeing plants here. So embrace color in plants and the herbal medicines. So it may be Spirit may be suggesting to you to think about not just the plants, not just the green part of the plant, but the flower of the plants, because there are flowers with healing properties also. But make sure you do full research, because you don't want to take things that are poisonous to the body as well as healing, because you can take too much of anything. And so things in small doses, or certain dosages are healing, certain dosages can be debilitating. So you want to make sure you do complete research on those things. And it's the new vintage, so you need to be open-minded to it. So because you are having these issues and you're running away, and your intuition is for you to find your inner peace. In moments of peace, intuition speaks the loudest. So find your peaceful place. Create you a sacred place, an altar, so to speak. Create you a place where you can find your inner peace, and you may need that's going to give you strength. That's going to give you strength. And it's interesting that these Akashic records, I don't know if I even discussed that with you, the Akashic records, you're being called to explore the Akashic records to provide powerful insights and guidance. It's ancient knowledge. Tap into the wisdom of the ancients. Their knowledge guides you now. So your ancestors are on board with you to guide you. And it may be ancestors that you don't know, but trust me, you'll know. You'll know, because when I was pregnant with my daughter, who was born with the veil, and I too was born with the veil. And if you go to the website that we have, there's some literature on there about the veil. But if I was born with the veil, she was born with the veil. Now, with ancient knowledge, to speak on whether your ancestors when they come to you in your dreams, and you may use your dreams to channel. And with the daydream, you may be daydreaming and night dreaming all at the same time. So that's very powerful, because that's kind of like a premonition, or a vision that will come to you. But speaking on the ancient knowledge, and like I said, you'll know how to identify them, because they'll come to you where you can know. But when I was pregnant with her, I had a dream of a relative that I did not get to know in life, in this realm. And the relative, I spoke to my mom about this this person. I said, but it's funny, because she looked just like me. I'm sorry, I was interrupted. I told you that there was construction going on in my house, and renovations. So basically, I was telling my mom, I said she looked just like me, had the same petite, thin frame. And I said, but she also looked like my grandmother. And I said, had the same, hair, the same complexion. And, but I never met her in life. But my mom began to tell me, she says, that was your grandmother. That was her grandmother. But I said, she kept, it was as if though I was walking into a home, but there was like I'm trying to think of what they called them back then, but there was like this, it wasn't a desk. And for the life of me, I cannot think of what they called it, but there was this piece of furniture, but it had the name on the furniture, and I was trying to, it had, my mother's maiden name, and I'm not going to go into that, but on the furniture, and I kept saying, I said, this is, I don't recognize the people, but I recognized her looking like me, looking like my grandmother, and my mom. And then there was a gentleman, a man there that looked like my mother's uncle. And so I was looking at them and I said, oh my gosh. I said, but they didn't, I don't think I think my uncle was still living at the time. So it couldn't have been him, but he looked like him. I knew it wasn't him. And so she told me, she says that was, she called her, had a name for her, you know, like you would call them Nana, Nana, but she didn't call her Nana. I'm just not going to give you the name that she called her, but it was kind of the nickname she had for her grandmother. So this was my great grandmother. And she came and she kept saying, I'm so proud of Ivy. And I didn't understand what she meant by that because I didn't know who Ivy was. Now, I do belong to a particular sorority, and in that sorority, we were Ivies, and when we pledged, and so I said maybe that's what she was referring to, that because maybe she belonged to the sorority. I don't know, because I didn't know her in life. And but I didn't know at the time that I was pregnant with my daughter. And what she said was, I'm so proud of Ivy. So I said maybe she's talking about me, but she was telling me that I was pregnant. So if you know the ivy plant continues on. It is probably the most, I'll put it like this. If you cannot grow and be successful growing an ivy, just let it go, because it's very easy to care for, because it doesn't need a lot of attention, but it's very durable and resistant and resilient is the word I was looking for. So, but she was saying that I think the message that I got from that was that you're continuing to grow the family. So anyway, with that being said, so, sometimes when something has to happen, things, whatever it is that has to, is going to happen whether you want it to happen or not. When you are resistant to it, if you keep trying to run from it, it's going to have you in your head. It's going to have you like this, because it's frustrating, because it won't go away. And so if you're running from it, it's got you falling to pieces because you're running so hard from it, just kind of be open-minded to new change. And this is what this is, new change. Now, I've advised in a previous reading, please, not just the air signs, but please take an opportunity at this part, especially if you can't take care of an ivy, get a piece of herb, an herbal plant, and see if you can grow that herbal plant, even if it's a potted plant. It's so important at this time that you are able to grow things, grow life, be productive in life continuing on. And that's a message that somebody needs to hear today. So please don't take it lightly. So now find your inner peace, Akashic records, looking into your ancestry or your to get guidance and intuition. That's whether that's physically, whether that's spiritually. Talk to your family members. Find out your history, because we're going to continue to repeat our mistakes unless we know our history. We need to know how we got there. Okay, so the ancient knowledge, tap into the wisdom of the ancients. And so the spirit is telling you it doesn't just have to be your ancestors. It can be your tribe, your village, because it takes a whole village to raise a child. So pull from all of those consider those your ancestors. Use the knowledge of the people who've had some been there, done that. And they can show you or tell you what their mistakes were. And that way you can learn from their mistakes. It's so important right now. Gemini, Aquarius, and Libras, because you are being given this charge today. Now, Spirit is advising you, or your angels are advising you to use these confirmations. I am wise. I am practical. I am focused. Use that to your advantage. Your angels are reminding you that you are wise, you are practical, and you are focused. And be focused on what you need to do and get out. Stop running because your resistance is making you fall apart. If you dream, that's not a voluntary act necessarily. So if you're dreaming and you're channeling messages, write them down, because they may be important to you in the very near future, or important to somebody that you need to tell that message. So angel message 115. Let's see. Your love for others is powerful, and you are able to spread your gift of support far and wide. Your curious and social nature brings you in contact with a variety of people, all who would benefit from your warm, heartfelt words of wisdom. So people are going to be able to benefit from you. And I know you may not have any time on your in the day, but just saying to somebody, it's going to be okay. Those are words of wisdom. Or telling them you're not alone. Those are words of wisdom. Or push through. Press on. You've got this. Words of encouragement. You are open-minded. So being practical is also being open-minded and always up to try something new. Yet you're wise enough to stop and think before you jump into things. This pragmatic approach helps ensure your time, attention, and efforts are meaningful. And it's interesting that I said focus, because focus is your next angel message. I am focused. 12, 12, 14, and 15, that may mean something to you. So on the 14th and the 15th of this month, this may be what you need to do. You need to be wise. You need to be practical on the 14th and wise on the 15th. Not to say you won't need those things every day, all day. But on those days in particular, Spirit is advising you to be wise and think about it. Think about whatever it is that you're doing. Stay focused on your best possible future and remain optimistic throughout the entire journey. Your angels are right behind you. I just said you're not alone. Behind you as you turn your dreams into reality. So this daydreaming, I'm gonna tell you what I just got. You're not ready. No, not that you're not ready, because if God opens that window of opportunity for you, you are ready. You just don't think you're ready, but you need to focus, be practical. If you have all the tools, all the weapons that you need, you're ready. You're ready to go through that door. But if you keep convincing yourself that you're not, then that's what you're going to feel. Use your inner strength. Intuition thrives on inner strength. Trust yourself more. You've got this. You've got this. In moments of peace, intuition speaks the loudest. So find your sacred place, your place of peace, whether that's in your backyard or in the middle of the park, or sometimes in your car. In your car, if you have a house full of people and you need to go to the car, when I was, I'm not going to tell you that. I'm not going to tell you that. But in the tub, sometimes that's the only place you can get away, in your tub, in your home. When you're meditating, find your peace. In prayer, find your inner peace. Ask for guidance and directions, and then listen. Be observant. Be open-minded for what the message that you receive. So I got this. You're asking for things, you're manifesting things, but you're ignoring the response. That's what's got you angry, because you think you're not being heard. But you're asking for it. He's dropping a dime in the chair, in your daydreams, in your dreams. In your dreams, he's dropping a dime. He's letting you know. And you're angry and frustrated, and you're feeling like you're falling to pieces, falling apart, because you're not listening to the message. You're not listening to the message. And it's important for you to hear the message with your heart, with your spirit, with your soul, with your spidey senses. You'll feel the message when you get your tinglies. You'll feel the messages when you see all the signs that you have apparently been ignoring. And that's what's giving you your frustrations, because you are not picking up what he's putting down. You got to pick it up. Because you're asking, say for instance, if you are asking for a car or means of transportation. If you're asking for some new transportation, and I'm not advising anybody to get a moped, but if you're asking for some means of transportation to get from point A to point B, and you get a bicycle, that's still transportation. Now, I can understand if the transportation you need to get is from here to the next state, that may not be plausible. But if you are asking for transportation just to get around the neighborhood, or your job is just one street over, that's okay. That bike is okay, depending on where you are. But remember, when you receive a gift, find the silver lining in it. Because if God can't trust you with a little bit, why would he trust you with a whole lot? So I'm not saying he has to test you, because he knows your heart. But if you ask for a bike, or if you ask for a car, and you get just a car that's dependable, and to get you where you need to go, and it's not expensive on gas, but in your mind you were expecting a luxury car. But you gotta show the appreciation for the point A to point B car, in order for you to be somewhat worthy of the luxury car. And I've driven luxury cars, and I can tell you this, it ain't all that. So I mean, I've driven them, I've owned them. I would not won't say never, but it's not in my desire to purchase another one. And there's no knock against luxury cars. You do what do for you. You do, you do what you like, but I just think it's I won't even say my opinion, but a car that's dependable, that's convenient and reasonable, it's a beautiful gift. You got to accept that gift, and then once you use that to get to point A to point B, you may be able to build towards doing a luxury car. So just remember, who would trust you with a lot if you don't appreciate a little? So here we go. Keep moving forward. Even if these are spirit messages. Keep moving forward, even if you are unsure of your next step or where it may take you. Trust that you're walking through the path you are meant to walk. Remember, we are walking it with you. That's your spirit team talking to you. And they once again tells you to trust yourself more. Find ways to fill your cup. Be self-full. Follow your heart and always trust your intuition. Go deep within, find your triggers, and address them one by one. Self-healing is the best healing. Only then can you offer the best version of yourself. Self-healing, finding your sacred place, building an altar, building a place where you can praise, building a place where you can meditate, listen to the answer, pray, become self-full. And that's filling yourself up in order to empty that cup by pouring into others. So become the best version of yourself. Count all of your blessings. That's what I said with the appreciating the little in order to build towards a lot. Count all of your blessings, even the small ones. Show gratitude and appreciation for all that you have in your life and all that has yet to come into your life. Your best days, air signs, are yet to come. Your best days, now that's a beautiful thought. Your best days are yet to come. And I want to do a gratitude card for you because I think you are grateful. I just sometimes think that people have to remember how to appreciate. So this is a gratitude card for you. Isn't that beautiful? By Alice Walker. Thank you is the best prayer that anyone can say. I say that one a lot. Thank you expresses extreme gratitude, humility, and understanding. That's a lot, and that's beautiful. That's by Alice Walker. So, and she's a writer, just in case you didn't know. But thank you is the best prayer, and it's a simple prayer. And I'll give you hallelujah, but thank you is the best prayer that anyone can say. And it's not it doesn't cost you a thing. So that concludes the message for air signs, and that's Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Air signs can be in any place in your chart. So make sure you have your charts done and to see what signs you are. So you may resonate with the reading, whether you are an air sign. You may resonate with this reading, and that's because it's somewhere in your chart. This is Mona Me with the Third Eye Trio. I will see you on the next video. Please and thank you.